Come talk to me when you're lonely. Don't you go.
The indie radio chick playing them live versions. I know you didn't play Devotion.
Oh
No, you
shoot.
didn't.
Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I did. Wait a minute. I've lost my mic cover. Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
I got it. Okay.
I know you
Can
didn't play
you
Devotion.
can you hear me?
Yeah. I got you.
Oh, okay, cool. No, well, I was gonna play September, but I decided that,
Oh
I
no,
can play that.
Devotion.
Right, I can play that at home by myself at any time, which is actually one of my favorite Earth, Wind and Fire songs. But where's
It's
my
either
notepad?
live from Devotion from the album Gratitude.
That's what it was, yeah. Or you go to what's the other one? Live
Reason.
from Japan. Yeah, well that you know what? I didn't have enough time. So of
Yeah, you
course.
did. But either that, well, you can't, definitely not Sun Goddess. Sun Goddess is like 12 minutes.
And those songs like Kenny Lattimore, man, I finding the one that was decent quality, it's
Yeah.
like you gotta be careful when you try to cut songs like that. But I thought
What
I would
is
just do
that?
something a little different. And I thought that was a little different. We used to do that at Sirius on Fridays. We used to do like a mini concert. And so I
Yeah,
want to
because
just do something a little different,
Kiss used to do it. I mean, Kiss did it when they went slow, when they went urban adult.
Oh, adult.
They
Well,
used
you
to
know
do.
what? That's where my boss's series came from, Kiss FM.
Who was your boss then?
BJ Stone. Actually,
Oh yeah.
I interned for him back in because he and Steve Quimley actually kind of in between like Elroy and Sonny Joe White. And then
Hmm.
before that was my dad. So they kind of succeeded my dad, but then they had a relationship with my dad, and that's how they took me under. Back then people would take, this is my daughter, watch out for her. So I
Yeah.
was kind of under their wing, under their thumb, and they still think I am. But
Yeah.
hold on, let me get myself. Oh yeah.
The
And
classic
yeah,
mini concert when they started doing that was like a trend-setting thing.
yeah. So I thought that would be, just something a little different to do to kind of, break it up. Because,
It was,
like because I mean, I get tired of hearing the same 10 or however many songs every week. So I just want to do something different. So I was hoping it would go over well.
yeah, it was nice, perfect. K
Um,
Dub,
and picking the right songs too.
yeah,
What's happening?
what it is,
Hello?
man.
Hey,
Can you
hey,
hear me?
hey,
Okay.
Yeah, make
K
sure you write
Dub,
up on it.
can K
Go
Dub
ahead,
hear me?
go
Yeah.
ahead, K.
Oh, I looked at my time on my show and I said, well, I went back in. I'm like, oh, I got like 2.5 minutes. And I'm like, thank you, Lord, I had room. So I closed the show with Walt's first trip. So if
Okay.
people didn't get it, that's not my fault.
Yeah.
They didn't get it, but I got
Exactly.
it,
At least
and you got it.
you playing it. That's what's up.
That
Hmm.
was my jam. Good God.
Them boys was bad. Them boys was bad. And old Greg Webster, that was my buddy. That was my buddy. Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it
So
was that Yahoo article was actually really nice. Maybe they knew somebody because they talked to his grandson who gave a lot of insight, which was
okay.
actually kind of cool. Anything, unless it was somebody who was like, Louis Belson or like a drummer that might have had some so-called mass appeal, or, things along that line.
Right.
I was glad to see that they gave Webster that much, that much space and play. So that was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that was real cool. He was a cool guy. He did a little interview I like that was on YouTube, and they was asking him about the players and him getting fired. He said he named the reason, but he said there's still other stuff that he didn't put in his book, and he ain't gonna talk about.
Yeah,
So
some
it's
things you take to your grave, right?
yeah,
I mean, I knew
yeah.
about the stuff with, Satch and the women and the money
Oh,
getting.
see, I was getting ready to say because I
Yeah,
Satch's my cousins that and yeah, I said I know what you're talking about.
yeah.
I know what
I'm
you're
like,
talking about.
it is what it is,
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
but hey, again, the legacy and the music that they made in that, because half of them, I guess, at least half of them are gone. But again, just having that legacy and that body of work is,
Yeah,
something you
and
can't
that's what
replace.
I say. My words,
You know,
body
I mean, it's
of work.
almost. I mean, honestly, what happened back then compared to what some folks do now, there's no comparison.
Yeah, and they say
So
stuff back then, and I'm like, man, it wasn't no just one band. Everybody, I'm from Dayton. I know, man. Please, and I don't be mad at them. I'm like,
I
hey, they
mean,
made
hell,
great.
look at Marvin Jr. from the Dells. People that he can sing his face off.
Hmm.
Stay in my corner and then some. But he had issues too. I mean, I mean, hell, look. Hey, that's a whole other show, right?
Yes.
R&B artists and their demons. That could be a
Yeah,
book. Shit.
yeah. The stuff they
You
had to
know.
go through to make us feel good listening to
Yeah,
music.
some survived and some didn't. And you know, they don't what you'll never get to know, and I might say this during the show, how many lives they actually saved, because you know, you didn't have the things you have today for
Yeah.
people to know about that. So
I was one of them. Yeah, I kept me in the house, in the basement, garage, playing music. Yeah.
let me turn my mic off for a minute.
Mic check, 1 2 1. Check 1 2. I know about watching the game. I know he is.
Hey, I just turned off my tuner on the app, so put them on blast, because the people in America and all over the world just heard you, Tommy Lee. Bye.
Mic check, 1 2.
Mic check, mic check.
Give it a check one more time, bye.
Mic check, mic check.
Get right up on it when you speak. Make sure it's turned up. You're good.
Okay.
Don't run from the truth. Hey, bye. Don't run from the truth. Whatever. This is the G.
Man.
This is the G. This is the G. This is the G. I'm gonna wait for you to stop moving the mic. Then I'll start. Fine. Thank you. Ah.
This ain't
All right,
pick
here
on
we
this ain't pick on by day, is it?
Yes, it is. Cause we live. Hey, what's up, y'all? Hey, what's up, y'all? This is the G Podcast, episode 113.
Not much, my friend.
And as we tape, y'all, it is King Holiday weekend, and it is snowing in Georgia.
Yeah.
Well, it's
So I
snowing
will
where in
tell you-
Georgia?
Well,
Not
you know,
outside my window.
well, at least there's no bread, there's no milk, there's no canned goods, no toilet paper in the stores, so it snowed. Okay, whatever y'all say, it snowed.
Yeah, right.
Well,
they
you
told-
forgot. You
Yeah.
forgot the staple. People always run to buy bread, milk, and eggs. And
And eggs.
really,
Yeah.
if it's that kind of weather and you lose power, what in the Sam heck kill are you going to do with eggs? Might it be better to go and just get some peanut butter and jelly to go on the bread? I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
But they started this mess back in on Tuesday. They started telling people on Tuesday to go to the store and just needless to say, if you go to the store on Sundays like I do sometimes, regular grocery shopping, there ain't nothing in the stores. So if you're in Atlanta, if you're in Georgia, hopefully they'll have everything stocked because on Monday it's King holiday. So a lot of folks gonna be at home. Plus, y'all, the Georgia Bulldogs won the national championship. So Vi is officially running things this show. He is running the show.
I told y'all.
So did K-Dub. So they were both on the same, and Coach Art too. So they were both on that bandwagon. So in Georgia, like in Georgia, when the Bulldogs win like that, there's 2 days of civility until the president came to town, and then they just forgot all about. They just lost their minds again. All the niceness, all the pleasantries. And then
But let's say something. I understand there were a minimum of 100,000 people that got outside yesterday morning in some rather, chilly weather.
Yeah.
To support the Bulldogs and do what they call the dog walk and that whole 9 yards.
It's a big deal.
Okay.
It's a big deal. They got out and did it. So,
Yeah.
but everybody, this is the G Podcast. Every week we do news, politics, pop culture, that piping hot tea from the one and only Tanya B. And our resident Northern Snow Skeptic is in the building.
Excuse me? What?
That is, no, let me say it. She is Miss. I remember when we had to push snow to Fenway Park. I know I'm gonna get that, and y'all don't know snow. We're gonna get that whole show. So, your indie radio chick, Birdwire, Friday, Saturday, 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. Sundays, 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. Please make sure you check it out because I went to church when she played Earth, Wind, and Fire Devotion today, y'all. I must give it to you. No, she did not play the album version, but the live version. So yeah, I went to church listening to.
That would be church. There's no R. It's just CHUCH. Yeah.
That's what I was listening to. Church. He went to church.
Church.
Didn't I hear some live Bruno Mars the other night too?
Yes. Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You heard
Right.
some live PJ Morton. You
Yeah.
heard some
I tapped
live
in for a
Shaka
minute.
Khan, Will Downing, and Rochelle Farrell. Oh, now Mother did her thing this week.
Yes, she did. So, and you can check it out. Y'all go get the MyTuner Radio app. Search for Castropolis. Make it a favorite. then when you're ready to listen to it, you can just go on, click it, and it'll be there for you on those hours. And if you don't know, just go to castropolis.net, hit the Birdwire, whatever you want to call it. Is it a logo? Yeah, it's a logo. Go to the Birdwire logo. All the information's there. And y'all, he is still on his Georgia Bulldog high, giving me hell today.
Go dog. Roof, roof.
One and only. He is my brother from another mother, Columbus, Georgia based, Forsyth, Georgia born. Y'all give it up for Vi in the building, y'all. Hey, Vi, how you doing, man? Doing okay?
Yeah.
Hey, New Year.
Yeah.
2022 is gonna be a great year.
Yes,
right.
it is. Yes, it is. And you know what? Both our money went to UGA. So we
You got that right.
we should be cheering.
So
Millennial,
did y'all attend school there or you bet? What do you mean?
our
What do you-
sons went to
Our
UGA.
sons went to
I was
UGA.
they probably partied up there at UGA. Tell the truth. Y'all was partying.
I'm sure they did that, but he did get that paper.
Yes, he did. Same here. That paper was achieved. That's all I cared about. You got
That's
the paper?
all I care about. The paper was achieved. Now I'm sure he did his share party.
And our music director, K-Dub, is in the building. Y'all give it up for K-Dub.
Hello, everybody.
He is also our snow skeptic. I know he's
Mhm.
skeptic because he in Dayton, Ohio. So what's the temperature in Dayton right now?
I don't know. It's about like 20, very high 20s, and we supposed to get 3 inches. It's looking like right now we probably at least got a quarter of an inch out there. It's coming down.
Yeah. So
Man, we would be shut down with
That's
3
it.
inches of snow.
Oh,
Okay.
3 inches of snow.
But we shut down with 1 inch of snow, if y'all remember. 1 inch can shut down the city of Atlanta for at least 5 days. I'm
There
just
you go.
saying.
Absolutely.
Because we can't drive in the snow.
But you know what?
No.
I'm telling
All
y'all,
they
'cause the northern people doing 80 when we try to.
Oh, I know. Dude, Jesus.
We just trying to stay on the road. They doing
On
80.
the road. Just try to stay on the road.
Macon, Georgia's very own YO is in the building. Poetic Peace. Y'all give it up for YO.
What's up,
Yeah.
everybody?
What up?
Hey, Vi. I
Yes.
wanted to tell y'all. I have some throwback Coca-Cola UGA. I gotta pull them out of the box. I think I got about 20 of them. I'm gonna put them jokers online.
There you
They
go.
probably
eBay.
You got folks drinking them. I'm not gonna be one of them.
They may not be good to drink,
them on-
but
I-
just like a memorabilia.
Oh
That's
yeah.
What'd you say, Tommy B?
You can sell them. Put them on eBay. I bet you sell them.
They're selling
Okay.
them now.
I will.
There
You
you
will
go.
sell them.
Hey y'all, but we have a guest this week, so I'm not gonna I'm gonna stop the tomfoolery for a minute and go to our guest. And here's don't look at me like that, Tanya. And by the way, y'all, you can check us out if you want to see our expressions and stuff. You can check out the taping on YouTube, the podcast before the podcast, before I get in and chop everything out. You could just get it as it is on YouTube, or join us on our go to webinar. But gotta say what's up and to Anya Love. Anya, let me give you your applause. Come on up before.
And we need some healing up in here today. Come
Yes,
on,
we do.
sis.
All the time. All the time.
Hello.
Yes.
I'm having a
Greetings.
conversation with Anya because we're setting up her podcast for 2022, and I just appreciate her for working with Castropolis.net. And it hit me because I said, man, we need somebody who can speak to healing, kind of in a nonpartisan, insightful, non-political tip, and she is perfect for that. She's dedicated to supporting people's journey of awareness, self-love, peace, and healing. Really proud to have her as part of Castropolis.net. The podcast is O's Corner. She's already finished season 1. Soon, season 2 is going to come. She's in LA, y'all. So that's the land of no snow. When was the last time LA saw snow?
Oh, wait, they
I
had a
was-
tsunami, underground, hurricane tsunami in Southern California.
Well, there were
yesterday.
some tsunami warnings also. I mean, there's snow, I was driving through to the IE and there was snow on the mountains.
Yeah, this, but LA, California. Hey,
True.
that's
True.
the place. But welcome, Anya, and
Thank you so much.
again, thank you for taking the time.
You're
And
welcome.
really, she didn't even hesitate, which I was surprised that when I said, Anya, please come on, because I've stated on this show several times my frustration and with there being a lack of consideration for the mindfulness and the mindset of people going into 2022 with everything that's going on, just from a political, social. And I asked her if she would do something just not reflective, but forward thinking about 2022. And what she did, she came up with a list of things that she sees for 2022. And on you first, tell people about yourself, and then just jump right in. And she has 6 things that she sees for 2022. And I am really, really waiting to hear this because they look great. Go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be on here again. So, repeat guest, and I am a healing artist and priestess. I practice a few different modalities, including pure bioenergy, laying of hands healing. I am initiated into a West African tradition from the Yoruba people, specifically under deities named Oshun and Obatala. I do work by really helping people to break through their negative beliefs, remember who they are, remember they have the power. Remember, we are a power. We are a power. And our work is to be who we are, and that is powerful. And we're reflecting ourselves to everyone. And as we all continue to reflect who we are for each other, we all remember our own permission to do and be that same. So it's just kind of a high level description of who I am, what I do.
It's King Holiday weekend, so I think that it's only appropriate that we look at this from a different mindset,
Definitely.
So let's jump right into it. You got 6 things you see for 2022.
Yeah.
And give us number 1. Give us number 1.
Definitely. And just to even start with why I chose number 6, and also the synchronicity in that it is King energy. So for me, my spirituality, I tap into a lot of different things. I'm polyamorous when it comes to my spirituality, even though I'm grounded and rooted in my specific practices. So I look at things like stones and crystals, numerology, colors, animal spirit guides, the different indigenous practices from all over the earth. And for me, I chose the number 6 as a theme. So I have the 6 things I see and 6 tips. And how I came up with 6 is because 2022, from my perspective, is a 6 year. You look at 2 + 2 + 2, which is equal to 6.
Okay.
So then when I think of the number 6, I think of, okay, what are all the different things that I associate with number 6 just on my own, or that from different traditions, different perspectives, 6 vibrates and resonates accordingly with. So 6 in my tradition, the Yoruba people's tradition of Ifa, and looking at the deities that we call the Orisha and also the Irumole, 6 is actually the number of the deity that it calls Shango. Shango is a light energy. Shango is fire. Shango is illumination. Shango is a king. So again, coming back to its king weekend. So Shango is a king. So looking at leadership, looking at dignity, looking at standing up tall, looking at really fighting for the underdog, talking about looking at what your responsibility is to the community, to the collective, to lead. So that, a lot of those pieces of information, and also in numerology, number 6 is connected with balance, responsibility, and love. So you'll see that in the points that I have here. So the 6 things that I see for 2022, the year of the lovers. A friend of mine, Sanyu Estelle, we were talking about this, and it was just a theme that we just started recognizing even before the year started. And looking at love in just all of its different forms, just that agape love, romantic love, love for ourselves, and really expanding our heart space, really seeing ourselves. To me, to love is to see. And when you're able to see yourself for who you are, see things for who and what they are, see people for who and what they are, then you're really able to fall into that spectrum of love. Life is love. Life sees and allows for all of it. So life naturally is embedded with love. So this is going to be an expanded time of just everyone opening their heart space. And I think for those people that are seeking romantic love, you're going to start seeing things kind of circling back around, maybe opportunities for new relationships, if that's something that you have been seeking, because you have been in a place, if you have been, of really loving yourself. We oftentimes look to other people to do the things we won't do for ourselves. But when we ground in that ability to love ourselves, then that just opens the doors for us to really experience the love that is out there in the form of relationships, whatever types of relationships that there are.
Good stuff. Good. Good.
Number
What you
two,
got at number 2?
illumination. Again, speaking back to that Shango energy, that lightning energy. When you think about lightning, lightning strikes and it's gone. So those sudden insights, that sudden awareness, and just because of, we've all been in quarantine, we've all been dealing with this COVID pandemic, we've all seen the things that, many people didn't want to see before, whereas other people were seeing them all the time, things being brought to light. So that's a trend that's going to continue. And I think we're going to see a lot of things this year that may surprise some of us, some things that may surprise just the entire collective of humanity, but just as we become higher in our frequency, like we cannot help but to not see these things that we've been putting to the side, hiding, or for whatever reason, just not wanting to see. So things
Okay.
coming to light.
Good stuff.
Number
Good
three.
stuff. So let me ask you before you go to number 3.
Yeah.
Give an example of, let's say, COVID mentality of number 2, people coming out, maybe being illuminated. What would you think, just from your perspective, something for you that you think would be an example? I know I'm throwing you a
Let's
curve.
see, using COVID. No, it's okay.
Just
Using
anything.
COVID. Okay, so one thing that was interesting to me, and we see like a lot of these different new symptoms or new indications of someone having had COVID. I think one of my friends mentioned before that one of the side effects that they're recognizing is a side effect of COVID is what? Depression. So I didn't get a chance to look at an article or anything, but the person brought that up and I thought that's interesting. Okay, this idea of depression being a side effect of COVID. So that's one type of thing that can be illuminated on the one hand.
Mhm.
And on the other hand, to me, I think it's so easy. We tend to call things what they may or may not be. And I think slapping the term depression or anything else that we want to use onto other things, I question that a little bit, because for me, the thing that I've recognized that COVID and I think other viruses, other diseases illuminates is the ways in which we are clinging to our negative beliefs.
Okay.
Think about COVID and all the negativity on all the sides that people are spewing out there with the vaccines, with the boosters, on all the sides. You can't go to one side and not hear something super negative or blaming all these different things. And you're hearing the same thing on the other side. Everyone thinks they're saying different things and they're clinging to their truth, but then they're being combative with each other. They're trying to guilt and shame each other. So for me, COVID is illuminating and has been illuminating all the negativity, all the imbalance, all the ways that any one of us, are willing to put ourselves and others at risk, all the ways we've been out of balance with the earth, out of balance with ourselves. So to me, that is that illuminating fire,
Very good. Good point.
that lightning bolt.
Gotcha. What's number 3?
Number 3, a year of shifting our concept of time. And so it was interesting because I was speaking to one of my own mentors and I asked him, what number 6 meant to him in his perspective. And he just said time. The shifting of time, the crunching of time, the expanding of time. And for me, I was already looking at the different things that I was already starting to experience before the year started and really recognizing, wow, I need to shift how I use my time. What amount of time am I giving people access to me to just call or text or do whatever, they want that I'm attending to? Because me, I like to respond to everything. What amount of time am I spending on social media? What amount of time am I spending doing things that maybe are not enriching me? What amount of time am I spending, utilizing self-care practices? How have I been using my time? And I try to not judge in a negative way the things I have been in the past, because I was doing what I was doing and it worked then. And for this new container that I'm in, as I am increasing my frequency, how do I really parcel out my time so that I'm taking the time that I need for me to rest, to do all the things that I need to do. I'm taking the time to attend to my own community, my own family. I'm taking the time to do the work that I need to do in my professional sphere. I'm taking the time to do all the things that time is needed for. And as I start to clean that up, I start to realize, whoa, I was spending this amount of time doing this thing. It didn't require that much time.
Yeah.
I was giving all my time to this other, person or these group of people. They didn't need that much of my time. And I was foregoing my own self-care in light of my giving my time to all these other things. I think, again, people always wonder, oh, I wish I had more time to do XYZ that I love. I don't have enough time, but it's like, okay, but what are you dedicating your time to currently that is taking away the time that you could be using to do those things that you love?
Good point. Good, very good point. Yep, very good
Okay.
point. What about number 4?
4, shifting leadership or ideas about leadership. Again, Shango, King energy. What does a leader look like to you? Who are the people that we've been putting into leadership positions that may or may not deserve to be there?
Uh-oh.
Why did we choose to put those people in the leadership positions? And you can look at that in any sphere,
Yeah.
family, community, politics, whatever, your Boy Scout, Girl Scout club, it doesn't matter. What have we been giving that leadership role? In what ways are we avoiding standing in our leadership roles? Because there's a lot of leaders out there who they came here to lead, but for whatever reason, because they're really holding on to their negative beliefs and their lack of worth or other things, they're not stepping into that role. They're hiding. So are you hiding? Are you a leader and are you hiding? And we're going to start to see people who maybe we never considered before. Maybe they were always the quiet ones or they just were minding their business. And then all of a sudden it's like, bam, they step up and we're like, oh my God, I didn't even see that coming from you. So we're going to start to see a lot of things shift as it comes to that energy of leadership and what it means to be a true leader, which is not someone who uses force, not someone who uses negativity, but someone who's able to see beyond and see above so they can make decisions that are for the good of the collective.
Good. Very good. Number 5.
Justice, looking at it being served in ways we didn't foresee, and also just our understanding of what justice means. So again, Shango, the energy of the king, of ruling in a just way, of looking at a situation and considering all the different elements of that and utilizing wisdom to ensure that the just things are occurring. And I know that over the last few years, I mean, God, over however much time, there have been so many disappointments when it comes to justice not being served. Different people getting away with different things or supposedly getting away with different things. And that's the other part. I did a post on this not too long ago after a trial that didn't go exactly the way folks wanted it to go. And I said, look, you know what? It may not look the way that you imagine you want it to look, but justice is actually always being served. Life is always bringing itself into balance. Nature is all about balancing. You can't put something out there and not get that same thing back. So even if in our legal system, someone doesn't get the sentence that we as a collective or certain groups of the collective feel like they should receive, I said, again, justice is going to be served in some way, shape, or form. So don't get caught up in the idea of it not looking a certain way, and then people start to spiral into negativity. Just see it for what it is, allow yourself to feel whatever emotion, and then use that emotion to then fuel the action for you that you want to take in order to create the world you want to see. So shift your perspective on justice, but also we're going to start seeing people being brought to justice in ways that we haven't before.
Number 6, we might have to do a full show on number 6.
I think so too. I mean, I would love to do programming around the healing of men.
Being one of them.
Look, I'm here for it. You let me know. We gonna do this, but definitely see a year and the shift.
Take over the mic, but
That'll be cool.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. You say it so. Repeat it to our audience. I'm sorry I jumped in, but I just feel like I saw it and I said, whoa. But go ahead.
Well, that's that we can take that in whatever directions we take it. But a year in shifts for male energy overall, and not just in male bodies, because we all have all the energies. We all have female energy, male energy, feminine energy, masculine energy. And however we express that is how we express that for ourselves and our nature and to get whatever jobs we need to get done. But I just was recognizing that I was one in myself as I healed my own male energy, masculine energy, and balancing it with my female energy, my feminine energy. I was starting to look at the men in my life in a different way, really appreciating them more. Really, I think it can be so easy, especially in this day and age where we talk about toxic masculinity, and then there's a patriarchy and all the different things that people in male bodies or men have been doing in order to control, in order to negate people. So it's easy to be like, oh, men are no good and all these different things, but it's like, I'm not interested in holding on to that energy anymore. And I was just starting to see that men around me were starting to open up more. Men around me were starting to really delve into their self-care practices more, really tap into different expressions of their spirituality more. I even got a chance to go to a baptism recently, and it was a male person around my age. So to me, that was like, oh, it's really beautiful to see men starting to break through this idea that manhood looks a certain way, aka force, aka stoicness, aka not being able to tap into their emotions. And also the male energy and females as well, just really shifting and healing that, because toxic masculinity doesn't just exist in men. That can exist in women as well. So really healing that energy so that we have a balance of the sexes, the balance of that sexual energy and energetic spectrum within all of us.
Very good. Very good. All right. So you also did 6 tips for navigating 2022. And again, I'll make sure, I'm going to make sure we can put this on the podcast page, make it available to our audience and your information after you give these, but 6 quick tips on navigating 2022.
Definitely. I feel like number 1 probably just encompasses it all. If I just said one tip, that would be the tip for a lifetime, many lifetimes. Mind your business. Mind your business. Mind your business. If it's not involving you, mind your business.
Thank you.
Something doesn't have to do with you. Don't make it about you. Don't insert yourself. Mind your business. Do your thing. I don't even know that we really need to explain that much. Just mind your business.
Pretty clear. As a matter of fact, go ahead and give you.
The business is yours. Mind it. It's not. Don't mind it. Stick
Straight to the point.
Yes, ma'am. The absolute truth.
Number 2.
Clean things up on all levels.
Okay.
Clean. Physically, emotionally, mentally, relationships. I've been cleaning my house since a few days before the new year. I will finish today, but literally going through every room, every drawer, all the things, everything, my front porch, the side porch, all clean it up. This is a time where there's so much stuff happening, a lot of transformation, a lot of chaos. So to have cluttered spaces in any way, shape, or form is not really going to help you as we're navigating the winds. Clean it up. And as you clean it up, I recommend even doing it in silence and really allowing yourself to clean the mental clutter, our physical environments, our reflections of our inner environments, and so forth. So if you have a cluttered space, likely you have a cluttered mind. And vice versa. So clean it up. And as you clean, you'll start to notice other things that you need to clean, and you'll start to put things where they belong, and it'll just shift everything around you. Clean up your relationships. Who are the friends that are truly your friends? Who are those individuals that you call friend or they call you a friend, but y'all are not really friends? Clean it up. Clean up your business. Clean out your phones. Clean out your email. All levels. Clean it up.
Yeah, I'm just saying that because K-Dub is normally quiet, and your arrows are striking.
Yeah, she's dropping bombs today, baby.
Number 3. Good number 3.
Number 3, get rest, sleep. I posted a reel on Instagram that I was like, my ritual for the new year, and then I just went to sleep. Sleep. Get the rest you need. You can't run on fumes or negative fumes. You need rest. Again, because of all the shifts and changes, all the things that are flying out there everywhere, you need to be rested. Getting rest, that is your time to dream, That is your time for your body, for your systems, for your organs to really just like recoup from all the work they've been doing for you throughout the time that you're not sleeping. Get rest. What they're talking about with COVID is like fatigue in light of COVID, again, as the virus continues to kind of move through, but also as the collective is just spewing out what we're spewing out because of the virus. It's a lot. So get rest.
And again, these are 6 tips for navigating 2022, and you know, you've given the first 3. Number 4, which is interesting.
Evaluate your relationship with apologizing and saying sorry.
Do we have to?
Yeah, you do.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I think if you don't do that, you're
like that
giving
one
it
too.
too much power and too much energy. And to me, one of my mantras is, if it's not worth that much, then you know what? Like, people get mad and pissed off and don't speak to you. You know what? That's so 7th grade. Let
Yeah.
it go and move on. It's just like it takes too many muscles to frown than to smile. It's not worth it. Let it go. I said, my niece told me, be like Elsa and get frozen. Let it go.
Oh,
There it
let
is.
it go. So yes, beautiful point and beautiful addition to that point. I think there's so much we can delve into around this. And also think about this idea. What are you actually apologizing for? Think about when you apologize, when other people apologize. Much of the time, people are apologizing so that people don't look at them in a negative light. It's almost like they're trying to get a pass for something. They're trying not to see what they actually did. You know, how many times
Uh-oh.
do people say, I'm sorry for all the things I've ever done to you that were negative? But imagine if someone said, you know what? Why don't let's have a conversation. Can you tell me all the things that I've actually done that have been negative, versus me just saying sorry to like bypass the awareness, allowing me to sit in the thing that I need to sit in and to face myself and to really feel what that is. We just throw out apologies like nobody's business. My thing is like, and Shaman Durek, I read his book a couple years ago, and this is what really shifted the script for me, because I started to realize, you know what, I'm going to stop saying I'm sorry. Now, if I step on your foot, if I harm you, I apologize. I did not mean to do you harm, or if I did, I need to really check myself. But rather, I'm shifting from saying I'm sorry, I apologize, to, you know what, I recognize, I am aware, I take responsibility for the thing that I did. Or, you know what, your response to what I did, that's not my responsibility. So I'm not going to be sorry for something that's not my responsibility.
Right on.
But I'm going to listen to what you have to say and help you move through it if you need to help you see that you made the choice to feel that way. So that's why I say shift your relationship, or evaluate your relationship with apologizing and saying sorry, because 90% of the times people are saying it, they don't even mean it. And to me, the true apology is you shifting your behavior.
Yep. Thank you.
Shift your don't tell me you're sorry, then do the same thing again. I'm like, but does that you weren't sorry then?
I even apologize only to my mom, even when she's wrong, because we have this curse in our family to where the women are really stubborn, and I don't know, my grandma was kind of like mean to them for well, I don't know all the reasons, but I see a lot of that happening. So only with my mother though. I'm like, okay, mom, I'm sorry, but she'll be dead wrong.
Interesting. And maybe, like, really, if you can, watch yourself and catch yourself. The next time you go to say, I'm sorry for her thing, maybe say, I hear your point. I see you. Oh, you know, I see that you're a little frustrated right now. Do you want to tell me more about what that is?
That's cool. I like that.
Right? Start shifting that, because I think ultimately, because humanity is navigating this idea of lack of worth and lack of value, a lot of us are saying sorry for our existence. And to me, spirit is like, no, you exist, you get to be here. It's your birthright to be here. Don't be sorry for your existence, but be aware and live a life full of integrity and intention.
Good
That's
stuff.
right.
What you got? Number five, and we've got one more.
Number 5, turn or flip negative energy through prayer. And I want to add gratitude as well. Again, a lot of negative energy flying, because all the things are flying around. There's positive, there's negative, there's neutral. But, you know, right now we're moving through a lot of negativity within us individually and collectively. So
Mhm.
flip the energy. All negative thoughts or energy that come across your sphere may not even have anything to do with you. We're all telepathic. We're all like feeling all the different thoughts and all the different things. So you may be tapping into negativity that's not even yours, but what happens is we start to imagine it is and just already take it into ourselves. So if you feel something negative, check in with yourself. Okay, is this me? Is it something else? Am I just tapping into the collective negativity? And take that energy, because positive, negative, or neutral, it's all potential energy. Take that energy to neutralize it. Use prayer. So you have a negative thought. Let's say you felt guilty or shameful about something that you thought about as far as a memory in the past. Say a prayer. I pray for all those individuals who right now are experiencing shame and guilt.
Very good. Very
Extend
good.
it out there. I pray for that past version of me that experienced shame and guilt. Or I'm grateful for that past version of me that did the thing that they did, because this version of me has learned that I want to choose differently. So as negativity comes up, flip it by praying or extending gratitude, no matter what it is.
Perfect. Excellent. All right. This is the final tip for navigating 2022. And I would assume these are in no order.
No order, and they're probably just for life. But yeah, we'll just say for 2022.
Depending on individually. But number 6.
Y'all take COVID seriously and use it for a positive benefit. I mean, look, when we started this pandemic, we were like, oh, a few months, 6 months, a year. We are going into the third year of this global pandemic. The virus keeps mutating, shifting, all the different Marians or Omicrons, whatever, Delta, all the different variants, call them whatever you want to call them, because folks on all levels, from the individual level to the higher ups and the politicians, they weren't taking it seriously. Take it seriously, whether that means you get vaccinated or boosted, or if you're not going to choose to do those things, then you stay your ass at home. Don't be in contact with people. Wear a mask, 2 masks, 3 masks, whatever. Make sure you don't faint. But do all the things you need to do in order to reflect that you are taking this seriously. And what is COVID reflecting to you? I wrote a letter to COVID 2020. So thank you, COVID, for everything you are showing us, how out of balance we've been, how we haven't been taking care of the collective, how we treat the elderly, how we treat the people that are houseless, how our systems are just not in balance. Take this seriously, learn from it, use it for a positive benefit. And perhaps if we do that collectively, then we'll see less and less positive results as far as test results for COVID.
Very good. Very good. Let me give you your applause.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, we needed that. We needed that, Tommy B.
I wanted to shift the energy a bit for King Holiday and bring on you in, because I'll definitely make sure I share this with our audience in writing. But Onyi, thank you so much. How can people contact you?
You can go to my website. That's www.onyi.love, ONYI.love. I'm on Instagram at onyi.love. I'm on LinkedIn, Onyi Love, Facebook, Onyi Love 1. Wherever you see Onyi Love, you'll probably see my face come up. And reach out to me. I do have services for individuals and the collectives on my website. And just shoot me a message. And if there's something specific that's kind of unique to your circumstance, let's see how I can work with you or point you to someone else who can work with you. Because again, there's a lot of us that are doing this work and a lot of us that need support, and we're all here to help each other.
One more time, y'all give it up for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Right on.
Thank you so much. Wonderful being with you all.
Thank you so much for being on. I'll make sure your information's on the contact page too, as well.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you, Tommy.
Right. Hey, let's go ahead. Let's do news with Syracuse Mike. We'll come back on the other side, hit that T, and then all the good stuff we normally do on the G podcast. Again, thank you, Onyi Love. I'm gonna make sure I say your name right. Onyi Love, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thanks a lot.
Yes.
Hold down LA.
Woo, I feel lighter. Thank you.
I do too. That's why I want her to come in. All right, let's do news, and we'll come back on the other side. Here we go.
News team, assemble!
It's time for the Week in News with Syracuse Mike.
A pick six sealed it, and the Georgia Bulldogs are college football champions again. And Kirby Smart can finally say he beat his former boss. The last time the Dogs were top dogs was in 1981 when they beat Notre Dame and won the Sugar Bowl. This time they beat Bama. The final, 33-18. Congratulations to the Georgia Bulldogs. President Biden was in Atlanta Tuesday to talk about voting rights legislation. He told a crowd that he was tired of being quiet and that he now favors changing Senate rules to get the Freedom to Vote Act passed. That would mean changing the filibuster rules. While speaking at the Atlanta University Center Consortium, the president said history won't be kind to those on the wrong side by supporting voter suppression.
You want to be the side of Dr. King or George Wallace? You want to be the side of John Lewis or Bull Connor? Do you want to be the side of Abraham Lincoln or Jefferson Davis? This is the moment to decide, to defend our elections, to defend our democracy.
In Washington Tuesday, Drs. Rochelle Walensky and Anthony Fauci appeared at a hearing on the federal response to the rapid spread of the Omicron COVID variant. This coming on the same week that the number of people hospitalized with COVID hit a new high. Dr. Fauci said booster shots have proven to be vital.
Boosters will play a major role in protecting our population, at least from severe disease, in the context of the ongoing massive surge of the Omicron variant.
Again, those most likely to get severely sick are the unvaccinated. The head of the CDC, Dr. Rochelle Walensky, said Wednesday they do not plan to change their mask guidance to advise Americans to wear higher quality masks amid the Omicron surge. Specifically, there's been talk about getting all of us to wear an N95 mask because of its high quality. During a White House briefing, Walensky said that her agency currently recommends that any mask is better than no mask. The CDC's current guidelines call for people who are not fully vaccinated to wear masks in public indoor settings. Wednesday, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell blasted the president's Atlanta speech about voting legislation, saying it was incoherent and
incorrect and beneath his office.
Democrats also face a problem in their own party since fellow Democrats Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema are not in favor of changing Senate rules. The U.S. Supreme Court handed the Biden administration a big defeat Thursday. The court said large employers cannot be mandated to require vaccines for employees. But the justices said a mandate is okay for healthcare workers at facilities that receive federal funding. The High Court concluded that federal officials exceeded the power given to them by Congress. The decision drew a dissent from the court's 3 liberal justices, and it does not stop private employers from issuing their own mandates. Health officials continue to remind us that the vast majority of COVID hospitalizations and deaths are among the unvaccinated. News from the January 6th riot investigation includes the arrest of the founder of the Oath Keepers, Stuart Rhodes. He faces charges for crimes related to the breach at the U.S. Capitol. And House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy says he will not cooperate with the House Select Committee investigating the riot. The odds of a new federal voting rights law becoming reality are now almost zero. Democrats Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema say they would oppose altering the filibuster to get the measure through the Senate. Here's Sinema on the Senate floor.
There's no need for me to restate my long-standing support for the 60-vote threshold to pass legislation. There's no need for me to restate its role protecting our country from wild reversals in federal policy.
But President Biden said he's not giving up.
As long as I'm in the White House, as long as I'm engaged at all, I'm going to be fighting to change the way these legislatures have moving.
Mr. Biden met with Manchin and Sinema Thursday night.
I don't think he should be saying as long as I'm president. So let me make sure your mic's on, Weil. Hang on.
I said okay because that could possibly not be a long time, you know.
Don't say that, bro. Not now. Not at this moment. But I do have to say just a couple of quick things on news, and then we'll go into Tanya B. But Mitch McConnell, did he really say incorrect and beneath his office? Who does that sound like? You know what I'm saying?
Somebody else we know that has the early onset dementia.
That's what I'm saying. So you know, Mitch McConnell got that black hand for a reason, y'all. I'm just here to tell you. I'm here to tell you. I mean, and the King family has expressed frustration over this whole voting rights thing. And I just don't see, like, Sinema and Manchin, they don't care. about how history views them. Ultimately, they don't care because they know it's not going to be in the history books anyway. They're not going to get it. It's not going to be in the history books anyway. So it just amazes me. And on King Holiday, and I'll throw this out. Y'all don't have to respond to it, but I tend to believe this, that there are no black leaders. There have been no black leaders since Dr. King who truly and outwardly kind of rage against this machine. Am I right or wrong? Has there been anybody? I'm not talking about just people independently with no followers. I mean, somebody on that level. I don't think
No,
we've had.
I don't think so. I
Not
think even when you
not
talk about Al Sharpton allegedly like passing the baton, to me, Al Sharpton has never had I guess the influence, the credibility, of a Dr. King. He just doesn't have it.
Yeah,
No, but
or
yeah,
anybody from that era. He doesn't get it. That whole era, King, and of course, I would say Malcolm. Just it was a different thing back then, and it's not happened since. Not to me.
You're right.
because
And
go
guess
ahead.
what? I was watching a documentary on Sam Cooke, and I never knew that he was such an activist along with Jim Brown, the
Yep.
Yeah,
NFL football player, and Muhammad Ali and Malcolm X and
that's
Martin Luther
it.
King, all of them. I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
man,
or if you go watch the movie One Night in Miami, I know what you're talking. That's Sam Cooke, and they've updated that. That is awesome. Help yourself and watch it. Hello, young people. But
Hmm.
again, people like that are activists. Hey,
mm-hmm.
M. Toomey, may he rest in peace. M. Toomey was an activist.
Yep.
Because I'm not talking about people who take a side and
Right.
Or
and
get some
Get it
or get some financial reward out of it.
like
Yeah,
yeah.
you're
Ben Crump.
talking about people who are
Ben Crump.
getting
Ben Crump.
policies changed, making
Yeah.
things happen. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I
Yeah.
understand.
I'm just talking about people who say, "Hey, I'm just going to rage against the machine and do the right thing." So
Mm-hmm. That's
I
right.
don't think we have it. But
But
the other thing I do want to just mention, let me get this up here. Um, Biden's approval rating is in the 40s. There's not been a president other than 45 lower than that. And that's a problem after a year. It's a problem. And if I were him right now, considering even this week, we live in Atlanta. Most of us, we're in the Atlanta area. K-Dub, you visit Atlanta, you got connections here. The civil rights community really didn't want to go to the AU Center this week as we tape to hear his speech. They boycotted. Most of the voting rights activists did not go to the AU Center, because they're pissed. So my whole point is, if I were, and this is just for anybody who knows Biden, y'all can, if you would mention this to him, he needs to fire every consultant that
He needs new consultants. Yeah. What
So,
about the young poet lady? He needs to
oh no,
pull some people
Randy
together.
Gorman. Oh, because that
Yeah.
other sister that was I think was she like in
I would
the
jump in
chief
if
of
I were her.
staff?
Save your career, but go ahead.
No, that chick, I forgot her name, but she was a young lady, very smart. Came up under Stacey Abrams, and I think she was like one of the it was a chief of staff or something with the PR, whatever. The sister with the short haircut. She jumped ship and went to MSNBC and got a show. She got off that Titanic.
Simone Sanders. Yeah, Simone
Yeah,
Sanders.
yeah. There you go. Yeah.
I mean, they're all jumping ship, but I would at this point. Your even you and I were talking about the Kamala Harris interview on MSNBC, Tanya B. If they don't get rid of the consultants, the people they have who are, giving them, I guess, suggestions on how they handle, if they don't get rid of these people, it's over. It's a wrap.
He'll be a one-term president like Jimmy Carter.
I don't
Should
know
be
who
one-term president.
yeah, he ain't. Yeah, one term and get out of here.
Get out of there.
I mean,
Yeah.
unless he got something in his bag for 2023, it's like it's almost too late. So I mean, whatever
Yeah.
he has in the bag, he better pull it out. Like,
He ain't got nothing but some weed in his bag.
well, he got some bad weed then, because it's not helping
Yeah,
the cause.
some homegrown.
He got some from somebody's backyard. Okay, he got that
Let me say
backyard
this,
weed.
then we'll move on. But y'all crazy. I am thankful that he saved us from from Agent Orange. Okay, I am thankful. Thank you. But dog, And I don't agree with the people who say, you know, basically, you know, we should have gone the other way. We should have voted for. I don't want to say his name. It's like Bell. I don't want to say like, you know, his name on the show. But no, we should not have voted that way. But for what we're getting now, based on the indecisiveness, the bad decisions, the mistakes, you know, they need to get. I mean, you know, I know a lot of people don't like Carville, but they got to get some new consultants.
But you know what? Whoever they had while they were running, or those people that helped get them elected, and I think what it was they, you know, we were just so, you know, just down in the dumps about, you know, Orange Julius. And the way that, you know, Kamala and Joe executed their campaign, they gave us so much hope. And it's like now the bubble has just, I mean, they stuck a pin in my balloon a long time ago. And I'm sure I'm not the only one.
Oh, no, you're not, based on that approval rating. I mean, I saw another approval rating, some research that said it was at 33%. But I give him the benefit of the doubt and say it's in the low 40s. But we'll leave it at that. All right, let's move on, y'all. We lost a powerhouse in soul music, R&B music, and I'm gonna play this.
And funk.
And funk, definitely.
I know what you're gonna play. I know what it is.
I'm just gonna play a little bit of each.
I know what it is.
It's in my heart.
What you know about that? What you know about that?
Where my bass at?
Woo, that's what I'm tired. Mama tired. That's my jam.
That's pain. I know you know. I know Tanya B knows this one.
I know that whole out. Oh, shit. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, let it on out.
Don't start none, won't be none. Don't start none, won't be none. Ow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know any of these.
Why I was like, what is this?
Ask your mama and them back in the see, you weren't born. Anybody who's at least 12 years older than you, YO, that was some backyard barbecue jams. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, turn that one up, Thomas. I heard that.
Say it now. Say it now. Yeah.
Me and the Ohio player's gonna tell you about a worm.
He's the funkiest worm in the world. Okay, say it.
Get it, fellas.
There we go. 6 feet down.
6 feet down.
The rest in power, the original drum of the Ohio Players. He didn't play on all the stuff, but Greg Webster Sr., integral part of the Ohio Players, the album Pain, Pleasure, which, man, the album covers,
Yeah.
That's all I got to say. One of the original members wrote the 2001 biography, the early years, the Ohio Players. He's and you know this, K-Dub, Dayton's Funk.
Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Tell us, man, what's the vibe with Greg Webster, Senior, man, from your perspective?
A great guy of all the people I've known around here in the bands and growing up and getting older and playing in bands. He's a guy that you more likely like to play in the band with. You know what I mean? He was just a good guy, good father, because I actually grew up across on the same little cul-de-sac for like 6-7 years with Greg. Me and his kids know each other very well. But he was just a good old guy, you know, come over and taught me how to tune my drums. And as I got older, matter of fact, after I came back from Atlanta, I played with him for a while, then helping him in the studio. And he got back in shape and got back on his drums and was doing his thing. He's a cool guy, nice attitude and everything. I mean, I'm not just saying this because there's a lot of other people from here in bands. If y'all bring up, y'all gonna hear me talking a little bit crazy. But he was just a good guy. He really was. He was a really good, genuine guy. And I watched him years looking in his basement window, sneaking over there playing on his drums with his son, Greg Jr. And just enjoyed it. You know, he used to tell me things that was going down or that went down. Sometimes I would kind of feel sorry for him, you know, how it went down, but he was a good guy, musician-wise, and as a person, you would like him. In general, you would have liked him. Yep.
Well, just an amazing talent. His family indicated that he had been in the hospital, but his death was a surprise. He wasn't at the point where they thought it was, you know, he was going to die. But rest in power, Greg Webster Sr. is 84. And we greatly Appreciate your contributions, man. I remember that song Pain, YO, the first one I played. Well, let me play just a little bit.
It's
This song-
definitely funky. I
Well,
just
this one right here. This one right here.
Hey,
It's a big stepper song in Chicago. And if you watch the movie Love Jones, it's-
I have.
yeah, that Nia and what's his name, Lawrence
Lorenz Tate. Lorenz
Yeah.
Tate.
That's what
Lorenz Tate.
has to do when they're on the floor. It's a big stepper song in Chicago too.
And you know that funky worm was used in so many rap songs. I don't
No,
even want to
I
begin.
have a little thing here. I looked it up yesterday. It's more than 14, but if you remember, now YO, I know you know this. Crisscross Jump Jump, Samples, Funky Worm. Artists such as Kendrick Lamar, Snoop Dogg, NWA, De La Soul, Master Ace, Redman, and Exhibit, to just name a few. When you talk about the rock artists, that they sampled just that one song.
And I was in elementary school, and you know the KW, you'll know this. I don't know what they call that instrument that made the worm sound, but it was a synthesizer, but it was one you could put your hand. You would basically change the note with your hands.
Oh yeah, they got them still today. Yeah, they were on.
Was it the early version?
Yeah, they brought it to our school and showed us how that. Oh man.
Oh, get it, baby.
That was just an amazing song. I was in kindergarten, so why? I get you. I get you. All right, y'all. You know what time it is. We running, but we gonna make it happen. You know what time it is, y'all.
Yes.
It's time for tea.
It's tea time, y'all. Sipping the tea with Tanya B.
Tanya B, what you got?
Okay, I got a big cup of tea. I'm gonna do this in 5 minutes or less.
Take your time.
You know what? This football and basketball. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to start off now with the celebrity dumb donkeys of the week. The first one will be Jaheim. He clearly has hit his head once again. Whether he was smoking weed, trying to drive an Uber, I don't know. But he actually put out a challenge where he wants to do verses with Usher. And I said, Usher, okay, maybe he's thinking about Usher board number 2 down to church. But we got to call Deaconess Jones and Pastor Smith to take him, lay him on the altar, and lay hands on him. Because let me just say this: Jaheim can sing, hands down. I'm not disputing that, but he does not have the hits Usher has had, the Cadillac Usher has had, the career Usher has had. He does not have the awards that Usher has had, nor does he have a Las Vegas resident that Usher has had, and he just does not. I mean, what's he going to sing? 3 songs? That's like night and day. He needs to go somewhere and sit down.
Have you seen the video of Usher on stage? I think it's in Vegas on the skates. He's doing Usher's like fine tuned.
That's what I'm saying. So Jaheim need to go somewhere and pick his afro and sit down.
He needs some verses with D'Angelo or something like that.
No, he don't have enough music. Even D'Angelo been off the scene longer than Jaheim was on the scene, and dude does not have the body of work.
Yeah, you're right. But I'm here to tell you. I saw the Usher in Vegas with his stage show, and I'm like, yeah, Usher's like taking it to another level.
Exactly. I'm just saying. Chill, please.
Oh, that's. But anyway, what you got next?
The only thing he can smoke is some weed. Brandy and her stylist are being sued because apparently there was this $45,000 ring that was loaned to Brandy through her stylist for her to wear at the American Music Awards, and now it's come up missing. So everybody's being quiet, and Brandy knows better. So somebody needs to step up, because it doesn't matter if it is the stylist or whoever it was. When you hear this story, what you hear is the name of Brandy and that brand. And she's been in a rebuilding phase for the last several years since that car accident. She does not need this. She doesn't need it. So I really hope they come to a resolution.
Ray J's earbuds. Check. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, she could be borrowing money from Ray J in a minute if she gets sued again.
Yeah, next.
Okay, let's go to celebrity hookups, breakups, and beatdowns. If you haven't heard, Lisa Bonet and Jason Momoa, not Samoa, or Mimosa. They've been together for 16 years, married 5, have 2 kids. I think one of the reasons why Lenny Kravitz has been praising Jason Momoa on social media is because he got, it's like, brother, you got my headache now. Go over there, like Joe Tex said in Skinny Legs and all, hey, Leroy, you can have her. But here's the gag. Now, word from the Curb is that one of them, you can figure it out yourself, one of them was still acting like they were single. One of them was spending money quicker than it was coming in, so you know who was making the money. And then I also hear that Lisa Bonet's family is very happy about the split because they was saying that she was being mistreated. It was a toxic relationship, and at the end of the day, when you have situations like that, no matter who it is, the people that suffer the most are the children.
Are you disappointed by the news, or you okay?
At least Bonet being available? Of course not.
Bob's being mannish.
Of course not.
Well,
I've done nothing wrong because they was never married in the first place.
Wow, okay.
They got married by candles and chicken feet. Anyway, so
No, don't she didn't. No, she didn't feel like a chicken.
If you ain't blessed by the God, I don't care about it.
right, angel heart. Oop, okay, catch that T. Anyway, there's some talk that Pete Davidson of SNL may be hosting the Academy Awards. They're trying to go after a younger audience, but nobody cares about that.
No, but you know what? Let me say this: the Academy's already come out and said that ain't gonna happen.
Well, first of all, it needs to, but okay, Will Packer better step up because this might be his first and last time producing the Academy Awards. No tea, no shade. Will Packer, you may know from Think Like a Man 1 and 2. He did the movie Obsessed with Beyonce and Idris Elba. He's really came up under Tyler Perry. So and he's left Atlanta and he going Hollywood, y'all. Anyway,
Packer's done some good stuff lately, but
yeah, no, he really has. Yeah.
This is going to be a challenge in the era of COVID. Everything getting moved.
Absolutely, yeah. So I just want to say this: can somebody please? Can we call Kanye Love again? Somebody go get Kanye because he's had a really rough week. You know, he punched that man in the face because the man asked for an autograph, and Kanye said he punched him because he didn't think the man was a fan. You ought to be glad anybody asks you for anything these days besides a pair of them overpriced Yeezys. Anyway, he's under a criminal investigation for that. Then he threatened, this whole thing with him and Pete Davidson has become comical. Now he threatened to beat up Pete Davidson in that song. I don't know. And he claims that Kim's security barred him from seeing his kids because Pete was in the house, and that's not true. And he's been going on all these social media rants looking real crazy. And then if you recall, he bought the house across the street from Kim probably just to irritate her. But then, he was saying, Kim and the Kardashians won't let me come to my daughter's birthday party. It was a joint birthday party for Chicago, his daughter, and Stormy, which I think is the daughter that Khloe has by that thought basketball player. And then he's like, thank you, Travis Scott, for telling me where my baby's birthday party was. I'm sure Kris Jenner ain't up. She's all about I'm just gonna say it, about the Black D, and so are her daughters, but they not up for all of that trouble and mess that comes with them. So my thing is, I wonder, if it won't be long before Kim will take those videos and go to the court and say, I only want supervised visits with him and these kids, because his mental health, and he's about to go off the rails. And I think it's more than just bipolar. I'm wondering if he might be also just borderline schizophrenic, because his behavior is just too inconsistent. And then hooking up with Antonio Brown, Jesus.
You know what? I watched that video and I shared that video with you guys that was on TikTok, the one that he posted.
The third one, or the first, second, third. It was 3 of them. But anyway.
Well, the one where he's in the car and he's just fixated on the birthday party, and that just looks like that's gonna be problematic. I mean, if I'm Pete, I'm like, do I even want to be in this mess?
Pete's also part of the upcoming season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians as they move to another streaming service.
Oh no,
so keep that in mind.
Pete, run.
I know. Before you get the crazy, Ben Simmons finally got away, and if what's his name, Devin Booker better watch out too. But anyway,
he didn't leave soon enough.
Okay, I'm just saying. I want to say not only happy birthday to MLK, I want to say happy birthday to MJB. Mary J. Blige is firmly entrenched in the 50-50 club now, but she's been out this. That's right. Yes. Mary, she's celebrating, dipping it and doing it. New music, new look, new album, and I heard a new man in the 28-year-old New York Giants receiver Sterling Shepard, who actually is married to the model Chanel Iman. They're estranged, but there's something going on in that house because he's got custody of the kids. But Mary just said they just chilling. But you know what? I just say this: go get it, Mary. Because if Mary were 28 and she were dating a 52-year-old man, people wouldn't be saying anything. So I am not mad at her.
I'm excited about Mary in the Super Bowl. I'm excited about her.
Well, I think it may end up being virtual somewhere. And like I said, they're not going to take the L for it. Dr. Dre's not going to take the L for it. He got event insurance, but I understand he did not get hear me, all you artists, COVID insurance, hurricane insurance, flood insurance, all these insurances that these artists don't have to cover them. So I don't think that the NFL wants that money. So they're not going to cancel a Super Bowl. They're not going to cancel a halftime performance. It's either going to be virtual or it's going to be like, remember that year the Weeknd did it and they had those cardboard cutouts in the stands?
Yeah.
The NFL ain't doing nothing virtual. They're gonna be there.
They might be there, but there might not be a lot of fans in the stands. Like again, the Weeknd was just corny. But anyway,
the fans gonna be there.
I'm excited.
I'm excited. It'll be packed.
Yeah, so we'll see. I want to also tell you about for your 2022 backyard barbecue, get ready for the line of Snoop Dogs. Snoop has trademarked his name. He will be just in time, yes, for barbecue season, putting out a line of Snoop Dogs, as in hot dogs. And I just wonder what he and Martha Stewart are going to cook up on that show. I'm thinking they might have some weed dogs on the show. But I guess it's right. He's in the cannabis business, and so you smoke the weed, get the munchies, and you go get yourself some Snoop Dogs.
Let me tell y'all.
It makes sense.
Would you give your kids Snoop? I'm just saying.
I don't eat hot dogs at all.
These are Snoop Dogs. Hot dogs, they Snoop Dogs.
God only knows what's in them, but not in my house.
That's
Snoop coached the Little League football team. He loved the kids. He'll do right by the kids.
I know he does.
Wait, Strick loved the kids too. You see what happened to him?
I'm just saying his affiliation with the cannabis.
Exactly. No, I get it.
It's homegrown. Little cannabis ain't gonna hurt them kids.
No. Hot dogs, they eat it right up and go catch touchdowns and shit.
Well, he might have, you know how you have like the alcoholic and the non-alcoholic version. So maybe he'll have the weed dogs and the non-weed dogs. I don't know.
Remind me not to send me to K-Dub's house.
251. No, let me.
I'm not playing with y'all today. I'm not playing with y'all today. I just want to also just keep in mind that D.L. Hughley is negotiating his return to TV on Fox. The comedian Earth. Yep. There's more. The comedian Earthquake is coming to CBS, and Whoopi Goldberg is going to Paramount Plus. Honey, Mama, keep a job, more than one. She was in that movie Soap Dish with Sally Field back in the day, and they're going to bring that back and reboot it on Paramount Plus. And mark your calendar, and I just will say this again, this is Valentine's Day weekend. It's also Super Bowl weekend. So if you don't want your boo thing to be mad at you, you start getting her every gift that she wants right now, because you got the Super Bowl coming on that night. Then you've got the first of 10 episodes of Bel-Air coming on the Peacock Network, produced by Will Smith.
Let me say, boom. Let me hit it one more time.
Hit it two more times. No.
That Bel-Air preview is off the charts. I did not expect that kind of reimagining of the Fresh.
It's a drama, not the comedy. It's a drama. Yeah.
Okay.
The casting, I mean, it's impressive.
They said there won't be no dancing in that one. There'll be no Carlton dance on that.
They ain't doing the Carlton, nope.
I saw
Carlton kind of cold in that show.
I know it.
Yeah, I'm like, where's Jeffrey?
There ain't gonna be no Carlton dance going on.
What about Unviv? Is Unviv in it?
Hey, Jeffrey's serious on. Hey, Jeffrey's very serious on that show.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, Unviv is just gangster. That's all.
Yeah, Unviv.
Okay.
Do not look for Daphne Maxwell.
Even Hillary looks like, it ain't, nah.
It's not the El DeBarge brigade. Ain't nobody ain't a whole lot of light-skinned people in this show. They look like regular people. Well, not regular people, but yeah.
This is a great look. I'm impressed. I mean, yes. I am impressed more so than most of what I've seen for 2022.
Oh yeah.
Impressed.
And lastly, I want to give a shout out, and we talked about Will Smith producing Bel-Air, at the non-existent Nobody Cares Anymore, but it is what it is. Golden Globe Awards, he won an award for his portrayal in the movie King Richard of Richard Williams.
Yeah. But you know what? I'm not just going to toss away the Golden Globes like that. And they
were like the poor man's Oscars, like the American Music Awards was the poor man's Grammy. But no, people need this recognition.
It's insulting for them to give the award to a black man and a black woman, trans
Yeah,
woman.
the year that they're not on television. That's what they do. The year they're not on TV. Boo.com. Boo.
So why would you take that kind of step and not on a show you're not going to televise? So that's a slap in the face.
Exactly. So yeah, that's exactly. I'm glad that they got it, but the way that, and let's keep it moving, y'all. I ain't nobody got time for that.
Hey,
What I want to say is,
Go ahead. No, I was just going to say a couple of things real quick, and I'll throw it back to you. Women of the Movement on Hulu. You should check that out. Just really impressive.
That was in my next bit, but go ahead, Tommy B.
Portrayal of Emmett Till's mother.
Yeah, Mamie
And
Till.
as a matter of fact, Congress honored Emmett Till with a gold medal of honor this week. And I got to find the link to this. The Janet Jackson spread and Allure is woof.
Ooh,
nice.
just go get. You know what? Go to it when you can. Just go buy it.
Say that. That's what. Say what about that again? What you said?
She's in Allure magazine.
On the cover.
On the cover, and it's just definitely it's a
You know
stunning look for Janet. And
It's a collector's item. It's a
It is.
collector's item. Just go buy it. I'm
Oh
telling you.
yeah, I'm gonna go get it too, Jack, in a few minutes.
Janet
And
Jackson.
don't stand in line and read it at the grocery store. Don't just buy.
And her,
I mean, think about it. When
While
they
I'm waiting to pay for it, I will. But go ahead.
how many? No, but then when they see how many people
Yeah.
buy this issue or download it on digitally,
Yeah.
then it's like like I said last week, January 28th and 29th, we will be ending this podcast early because even though I'm taping it, I will be in front of my TV to
Yep,
watch
yep.
Janet, Miss Jackson, if you're nasty.
You know it. And congrats to Jeannie Mae and Jeezy. I'm gonna give them their applause. Baby
Jenkins, yeah.
is
Jeannie
in the
Mae, her name is Jeannie Mae Jenkins. Like, how country can you get?
Baby Jenkins. And also new movies that are out, of course, y'all know, and it was #1 at the box office, Scream. I'm tired of these reboots, so I wasn't really crazy about even wanting to go see the Scream reboot.
Shit,
But
I'm
it's
tired of Spider-Man. Everything's a reboot now. Enough. Get all these talented people need to be given a shot. No,
Are y'all
Tino-
gonna watch Denzel in Macbeth, the tragedy of Macbeth? It's on Apple Plus, because I know some of y'all got new Apple.
I don't
devices.
subscribe anymore.
Yeah.
Mine ran out.
It ran out.
My free subscription ran out.
Yeah. And let me tell y'all, and I know Tanya B, you can turn your mic off and your headphones off because this is horror related.
Oh, you
But-
talk about Ben Crump? Okay, here, go ahead.
Archive, look, I mean, Wyo left too, but no, you don't. Come on back, Wyo. Archive 81 on Netflix is worth a watch. And Wyo, come on now, you watched, you just watched Lovecraft Country. So I know you ain't running. Come on. So Archive 81 is worth a watch. It's already in the top 10. It's about this young guy who repairs and restores video, and he's handed a project, and really the project is crazy. It's directed by, if you guys saw the movie, you saw Malignant. And it's the executive producer is a guy named James Wan. And it's just more than I expected. It's a series. I hate series because there's no, they want you to keep watching every time there's an update on the series. But it is a series, 8 episodes, creepy as hell, just creepy as hell. It's, like found footage, these found footage type horror series. And Archive 81, I know nobody on the crew is gonna watch it. So if y'all watch it and you listen to the podcast, I'd love your feedback. Just hit me up on Twitter and we'll go from there. Okay. All right. We don't have too much left in the show, but I gotta get this in because and I know this is gonna spark a conversation. So we may go a little bit longer.
Oh, I
because-
didn't finish my last point, and it's worthy. So
See, let me go ahead, Tanya B.
Okay, lastly, I want to say 5 on it to Jay-Z and Will Smith. They actually are the co-producers of that series, Women of the Movement on ABC.
Excellent.
And I also want to say, there are more stories to tell, but they are also helping people who have been paying rent for years and had jacked up credit become homeowners. They put up $165 million with this company, a new startup called Landis, like land, and then it is Landis. It operates in 11 states, and you get this house, you get in there, you have 2 years they work with you to get your credit together. a part of your rent goes towards your down payment. So at the end of those 2 years, you get a mortgage and you go from being a renter. Many people have paid for homes 5-10 times over renting. Some people like that, but you can become a homeowner. And this is for people who have financial challenges. So I give them 500 for doing that. And I
give it to them as long as they ain't messing with Wells.
No.
That's cool.
Wells Fargo.
Oh, wait, or Bank of America. Let's call a thing here.
Right.
Boo.com. Boo.com. Boo.
Hey, let me play this. This will be the last thing, and then we'll wrap this up. But I gotta play this. This came in from Coach Art, and you know, Coach Art has been doing his thing. As a matter of fact, Coach Art was right. His predictions, for the most part, he's been on point. But I gotta play this, and I know Vi's gonna make a comment about what Coach Art has to say. And this came in last minute, so I'm gonna put it on the show. Here we go, Art. Thank you.
A few days ago, driving home, I was listening to 92.9 and some disturbing news in regards to the Falcons. It was reported that the owner, Arthur Blank, mandated to his coaches and administrative staff that he would like to see Matt Ryan as the quarterback for the next 3 years. I began to feel disheartened. I thought about all the fans that we'll lose. I thought about it, empty seats representing our city, and I don't feel that it's right. I would like to thank Arthur Blank for building the stadium and ushering in the era of Vic, where that brought excitement to the fan base that we still feel to this day in some form or of another. But to get that news was like being kicked while you're down. In my opinion, this would be a good time for Mr. Blank to sell the Atlanta Falcons. Something to match. It's an international city. The Falcons should be our go-to franchise, and we shouldn't be in this situation. A proposed owner that I was thinking about and would love to see and sure would be welcomed by all in the NFL community, owners, fans, and players, would be one Shaquille O'Neal. I would also like to touch on the playoffs, NFL playoffs. You had the Bengals show that they're worthy of note by handling the Raiders. The Bills were very mean to the Patriots in the cold up in Buffalo. This game, if you could call it that, was a testament of payback, a lot of emotions. If the Bills can keep that bottle for their next opponent, they should be very interesting in the playoffs. With all said, this is Art Washington for the G Podcast. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Art. What do y'all think? Vi, I know you got a comment.
Well, I don't have a problem with Arthur Blank because he don't mind paying players. He wants to win. He just knew to do a better job of picking out who he could put in charge of his team. And let Matt Ryan go. He is not our future. I'm sorry. He is not it. He is the Tony Romo for us. Let him go.
3 years, I'm gone. three. Look, I'm looking for another team for next year.
I mean, come on.
Look, I would look for another team for next week, but it's too late now. Season's over.
I mean, let Matt go, man.
Yeah, all true.
Matt, and I know Matt want to stay, but Matt, come on, man. Go, man. Please.
I don't know if that's true. He heard it. He said he heard it. But 3 years.
Heard what?
That Blank was mandating 3 years, you know, for Ryan, for 3 more years.
Wow.
Poor
dude.
Matt don't want to go.
No, it'll be 3 more years of what we went through this year and the year before. If they keep Matt Ryan for 3 more years, they won't even make it. They will not make the playoffs. Okay,
he ain't Tom Brady. He getting old.
That ship has sailed. No, he's like he been what? How was it been? It's 10. If he's been with the Falcons 5 years, that's what 15 years and dog years. Go sit your ass down.
Yeah,
he is our Ben Roethlisberger. Let him go, please. Let him go.
I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this because we got to wrap up. But the Shaquille thing, you know, I respect Shaquille as a businessman. He has done amazing when it comes down to his investments. And you know what? If we were to put together a collective that could make an investment, I think Art's right. I think he's well respected based on his past, what he's currently doing. And he's made a big bit. I mean, he's really made some big contributions in the Atlanta area. So I kind of I didn't take it seriously in the beginning, but I thought about it. And, you know, his name is not a bad, I mean, considering what's going on, like in Jacksonville, some of these other cities that are owned, you know, Shaquille, I think, has the reputation to do a good job. I'm gonna leave it at that. As for the Belichick thing in Buffalo, he just got embarrassed. And you know what? I'm glad, because I did not want to see. I'm just glad it shuts down the talk of a Belichick Brady Super Bowl. I'm just glad. If anything, that's what I'm happy about. I'm happy that all that conversation about, well, you know, it would be great to see Belichick Brady Super. No. We don't. We've had enough. It's time.
Look, I don't want to see Brady there no more.
I don't want to see Brady.
Oh.
So you know, I'm moving beyond that. I am definitely. I want to just move on. You know, but appreciate all you guys, and again, thank you to Onye Love for coming on the show. And you know, it's King Holiday weekend. I just want to do something different, and I hope she'll come back. You know, she's occasionally, she definitely is about to launch her season 2 of her podcast, but you know, just want to say thanks. And also, you can follow us on Facebook, IG, Twitter, TikTok. I'm working it, YO.
You've been dancing and stuff, or what?
I'll talk to you.
You know,
offline.
you could do some
Girl,
stupid stuff on TikTok. Sometimes I'm like, why do they have 200,000
No,
views? a
hey,
night?
there are people that get views for people watching them eat. So Tommy B, you can get back on the poll. It's okay.
But anyway,
Or,
Castropolis.
yeah, you can eat some of Tanya's food. I don't know. You could do anything on TikTok.
Yeah, you're right, and that's what they do. Castropolis.net. Go there. Final thoughts from the panel. I'm gonna start with you, Tanya B. Final thoughts.
I again want to appreciate and just shout out Onye Love for coming on, and she was talking about things. You know, my thing is people do different things. And during COVID, I cook anyway, but I've been cooking a whole lot more. I cook, you know, I told you I went from frying chicken to making lobster and crab, and I did while that was, and I made some was it honey butter garlic bread, and I made I'm just up in here cooking food, pasta salad, and you know, that's kind of one of the ways I work through it. So maybe I'll send you my cooking videos to put on TikTok so we can get some more followers.
Hey, I might even put on another soup for the TikTok for you.
If I did a TikTok video,
With or without the dog? With the dog? Was the dog in there?
No, Bo was not in there.
He transformed.
Boney, oh, I saw that. No, put that up. That was good. You were going to the prom.
Transformation video. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, and we can get Bo his own TikTok account.
No, we could. Hey, Vi, you could do that. You could do the. I'm glad you all with the dogs. I'm glad you all attended the meeting today for the barking, and you know, you have to watch it. You have to be on TikTok to get it. What about you, Wyo? Final thoughts? Any final?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do something for you. You want me to wait, or you want me to do it?
Go ahead and kick it. Go ahead and kick it.
Okay, I mean, as usual, you know, my pieces are long, so this is a piece of a piece. Here we go. Keep hope alive for what? Bullshit and jive? Better build a hive if you plan to survive in this world. One big squirrel got us spinning up in it. Survival of the fit winning. Can't think of ourselves as inferior. Then their theories begin to get wearier. Going the route in which they steer you through their schools and through their media. We need to publish more journals and not encyclopedias. Bound our theories to the rings, crown our black men as the kings that they are. We can't judge them by their car. Doesn't tell you how high or low their pockets are. It's the quality of the man that makes him have a stand and a pedestal, which I will put him up on. Kings of their own thrones.
Good stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, I just cut it right there because that was a good little cut spot right there.
Oh,
But
good stuff. What about you, K-Dub?
Final thoughts. Shout out to them Georgia Bulldogs in the state of Georgia. I know y'all was happy down there Monday night. I know y'all was. Yeah, that was a good game. I got a lot of relatives and people in Georgia, so that's why I'm saying that.
They were happy for, you know, the civility lasted like a day. I mean, you know,
yeah, I heard what you said.
Civility.
It was cool though. It was cool to see everybody happy.
Yeah, it was a good moment. All right, Vi, you got any final thoughts, and then we'll do your benediction. Any last minute thoughts on the show? Anything? Go
This is a new year, people. We do not want it to be like 20 and 2021. That's all I got to say. And Bako,
Bye. You should.
Bako, try to be good for 2022 now.
Should have said that on January 1. So, all right, man. What you got for the benediction?
What we got here? Celebration and enjoyment are necessary in our lives. We cannot be healthy spiritually, mentally, emotionally, or physically without it. In fact, celebration is so necessary that God made sure he put it in the Bible. He literally commanded us to celebrate. Psalm 138 chapter, verse 5. Yes, they will sing about the Lord. Wait, for the glory of the Lord is very great. In other words, people, enjoy life. It's too short. Enjoy it. The COVID is here, but you can enjoy it. Call your mom, call your dad. Sit at home, but be happy. Life is too good not to be happy, people. And like that lady said, if you're mad at somebody, forgive them. All you're doing is hurting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Forgive
Amen.
yourself. Forgive yourself too.
Amen.
That's
Hey,
right.
thank you so much, Vi. Appreciate you, man. I'm gonna give you an applause. And that lady he refers to as on you, love.
I know he's like that lady said.
Hey, hey,
Give that lady back her pocketbook.
hey, I'm not called a country commentator for nothing.
I know.
There it is.
And by the way, as you know, as we wrap this show, because we tape on Sunday, y'all know. The Cowboys, I'm telling y'all, if the Cowboys lose, Monday is gonna be a miserable day.
Yeah. Funny. Oh, I get to tease some people if they lose. I'm gonna
What's
have
the
to go.
score? What's the score?
As we 4 minutes left as we're taping now, San Francisco's up 23-17, and I'm here to tell you, if they lose and they're booted out at this phase, it's gonna be a miserable Monday in Dallas. That's all I got to say.
Oh, for Dallas?
In
Yeah.
Dallas. Oh yes.
Not for me.
And it's gonna be a miserable day on First Take with Stephen A. Smith. Even though he's sick, he's coming back. He's coming back for that show.
I ain't about to Stephen. He not even trying to get a bullet all day credit. Come on, Stephen.
He never does. He never does. All right, y'all. With that, episode 113 is in the can, and we are out of here. Appreciate y'all. Peace.
We out here. We're
Peace.
number one. Dog Nation.
COVID is real. COVID is real. Help yourself. Stay alive.